Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Are your college-age students home with you tonight? The Labor Day weekend is here. It's the first long weekend of the academic year. With concerns over COVID-19, students in North Dakota are being urged to stay on campus to limit the spread of the illness. Devin Fry shows you how one school is working to make the weekend on campus more enjoyable for students.
We need to feel a little bit of this responsibility to help keep, control the spread and to help keep campus, try to keep it a healthy place.
This holiday weekend may look a bit different for North Dakota students. State universities are urging students to stay on campus over the Labor Day weekend in order to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The North Dakota University System, along with the State Department of Health, announced this recommendation earlier this week. NDSU is hoping to make the decision to stay on campus a bit easier for students, hosting events throughout the weekend and even offering them suggestions for things to do around town. NDSU Student Body President Matthew Friedman says that so far the students have been receptive to the recommendation.
We love to be here on campus. It is very beneficial to the college experience. And so in order to do that, that's taken a lot of effort on behalf of the administration, but it's also takes some effort on behalf of the students.
The Campus Attractions program will be offering a game night in the Memorial Union, and they'll also be hosting movie nights throughout the weekend as well.
By really just showing them all of the great things that this Fargo community has to offer and also the programming that we can offer here at NDSU.
Friedman says that this holiday weekend will allow students to not only come together as Bison, but as members of the FM community.
We are a community, and so then we get to stay here and continue to be part of that community over the weekend and really enjoy a lot of those opportunities.
Reporting from Fargo, Devin Fry, Valley News Live.
And for a full list of events being held at NDSU, visit our website, valleynewslive.com. Some Fargo South students were sent home today due to potential exposure to COVID-19. Fargo schools told us that once they learned of a student's positive result, they started working to find anyone that may have been exposed and sent those staff and students home. So far, it's impacted less than 10 students. The district is following guidelines it established in conjunction with the state of North Dakota as part of its K-12 Smart Restart. Many of you reached out to our whistleblower hotline this week with questions regarding masks in the classroom and what would happen if a student doesn't want to put a mask back on. West Fargo officials tell us it's part of the district's dress code this year and that any student in violation will be required to change immediately. In Fargo, school leaders say at this time there's no disciplinary action due to not wearing a mask. In Moorhead, those who refuse to wear a mask will be required to complete a full screening at school, including daily temperature checks. Since it is only the first or second week of school for most, school districts tell Valley News Live they haven't seen any issues yet when it comes to mask policies. Grand Forks County's risk level has been raised from low to moderate. Grand Forks Mayor Brandon Boshinsky says he has reached out to local bar and restaurant owners, encouraging them to follow state guidelines associated with that. The moderate risk level recommends but does not mandate restaurants and bars to operate at 50% capacity and restricts self-service. The goal of moving counties to the moderate level is to decrease transmissible moments and give the virus less opportunities to spread. There are questions tonight and some confusion as to why North Dakota counties were given different COVID-19 risk levels. Governor Doug Burgum increased the threat level for 8 counties, as we mentioned, Grand Forks being one of them, along with Benson and Barnes. And it also decreased it for 13 other counties. The governor's office has since unveiled its guidelines that determine which COVID risk levels each county should be in. While there's no specific trigger, each county's threat level will be evaluated on a weekly basis, and guidelines and recommendations will change with them. However, with lag in data, one state official says that the colors could have been adjusted more.
When we evaluated the risk this time, we moved counties only one level. There may be counties who actually should be in the orange risk level, but they just went to moderate this first time.
The governor said he wouldn't look into mandatory moves until the positive rate hit double digits or high risk, according to the chart. The governor added for the chart to be effective, people in North Dakota need to change what they're doing.
It has to translate into a change of individual behavior. The map means nothing if people don't think differently.
Cass County was not among the counties that was changed one way or the other. If you'd like to explore it further, we've posted the graph on our VNL News app. Taking a look at today's COVID-19 numbers in North Dakota, there are 343 new cases in the state, no new deaths reported. The death toll currently stands at 150. The positivity rate is at 5.09%. Minnesota is reporting 856 confirmed cases, along with 10 new deaths. All total, more than 1,800 deaths have been attributed to COVID-19. More than 70,500 people have recovered. 24 faculty members at MSUM have been sent layoff notices. It's part of a budget plan designed to close a gap of $6 million in fiscal year 2022. And to do that, the faculty members, all 24, will be effective over the next 3 years, those layoffs. 9 programs will close. The school psychology graduate program will also be suspended. The 149 students in affected programs will be able to graduate with a degree in their program within their expected timeline. During this Labor Day weekend, health experts are cautioning everyone to avoid big crowds. In an attempt to lessen the spread of COVID-19, 7 states have placed North Dakota on their travel advisory list. However, those coming into the state will have no restrictions once they are here. North Dakota Tourism says in some ways our state has become a destination.
I just encourage you to look at the North Dakota numbers, look at the number of tests that we're doing, look at the fact that we have, wide open spaces and ample room, uncrowded adventure, and a lot of places where you can safely spend your Labor Day weekend.
Audie Coleman says state tourism has lost more than $840 million in revenue due to the pandemic. She added that they've seen a significant increase in out-of-state residents visiting the North Dakota Tourism website. North Dakota Supreme Court has denied the Democratic Party's request to place a new insurance commissioner candidate on the November ballot. The court had already ruled that Trevicia Martin was not eligible because she did not meet residency requirements. Democrats then tried to get Jason Anderson's name on the ballot instead, but justices ruled that the party cannot replace someone who was never eligible to run. An audit of North Dakota's Department of Public Instruction shows school districts aren't given good guidance on how to record school bus transportation data. The state made payments of $54 million to school districts, but the report determined that neither the Office of the State Auditor or the Department of Public Instruction were able to get supporting documents from schools. Officials said the accuracy of these records is necessary for transparency and public trust. New at 10 tonight, a sour note has a silver lining tonight for a local band. After thousands of dollars worth of equipment was stolen from a storage trailer, Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie explains what band members did to rewrite the end of this song.
There was nothing harmonious when the owners of this unmarked trailer full of musical equipment was found empty Wednesday morning. For the local country and blues band members, their music came to a screeching halt.
We're kind of struggling with finding shows to play and things like that, as you can imagine, as it is. So then when you get your gear stolen, it's kind of like a 1-2 punch.
Troubadour has been playing together for nearly a decade, and they've stored their gear here for just as long.
I went over there and looked, and sure enough, there's a great big piece of the fence cut out.
Hanks and Schroeder say the thieves mess with their livelihood and musical identity.
That's the first time I've ever been robbed like that. So I was pretty ticked.
Police told them the gear was probably long gone, but these guys weren't letting the prowlers off that easily.
I've said before, it's worth more to me for sentimental value than it is, the cost.
So band members, led by the drummer, set out on a mission, checking with pawn shops in the area. The group's 24-hour Never Say Die search wound up finding every piece of stolen goods. It's back in their hands, and they say they're thankful the next time they hit the stage in November, they'll do so with their signature sound. In Fargo, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
And the band members are also thanking the Fargo-Moorhead music community for rallying behind them. Still ahead tonight on Valley News Live 10 at 10, what has Governor Walz concerned about the latest developments with coronavirus in his state?
And temperatures have cooled quickly now that sun has set. 48 right now in Bemidji and in Roseau, 58 right now in Fargo. We have a roller coaster of temperatures and a chance of some rain for your holiday weekend. We'll break it down next.